Hello friends, how's it going? It's Raquel from Infinite Succulent, and today I am going to be trimming and propagating my string of dolphins, which has grown and grown and grown and grown. This grew pretty quick. So I just wanted to share how I'm going to go about doing that. So the tools I have for this today is just a clean, sharp pair of scissors and something to use as a propagation. I'm going to be water propagating, so I'm using this for water propagation. So there's kind of two steps to this, really. The first is just to clip your plants. And then I like to wait about a day before I put the clipped parts into water, just to give the stem where I cut it a chance to kind of callus over. It reduces any chance of possible rot coming in. So what I'll do is I'll just put the clippings in these little test tubes, but I won't add water until tomorrow. So that's what we're gonna do. And a couple of interesting things with the string of dolphins. I've noticed as they grow that sometimes they lose, depending on how thick the strand may be, the stem might be, sometimes they seem to lose a little bit of their dolphin shape the more they grow out. So you'll see here with these ones, they have this really cute like dolphin leaping out of water shape. But every now and then they'll start spreading out and looking not so dolphiny anymore, like these ones right here. This reminds me a little bit more of like a stingray. So still in the ocean theme, but less dolphiny. And you can see here a little bit of dolphin coming back, but they kind of lost a little bit of their shape here. And I think that might have to do with exposure to sunlight, because the ones that were closer to the window kind of kept that dolphin shape, but I'm not sure. That's just kind of an assumption, but I'll keep on growing and see what happens. So to clip, you just want to find an area, probably right below where the leaves come out. And you just clip. You want to have a bit of stem for water propagation. You definitely want to have a bit of stem in there so it kind of stays in. And I'm just going to keep on clipping because there is a lot to propagate here. There you have it, a nice trimmed up string of dolphins plant. Just want to share how cute the little leaves are. See, they look like little jumping dolphins. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And so what I'll do from here, now that this is ready, grab my propagation trays. So some of these are really long, and no, I think this is good actually. I'm going to remove a little bit of the bottom leaves just to give myself a little bit more stem for propagating. Get some nice roots on it. So again, I'm not going to add any water until tomorrow. I like to give the plants about 24 hours from clipping before I add them to water, just to let the cut part begin to callus over. Yeah, take for example this one. Do you see how the leaves have really lost that kind of dolphin shape? And yet here they start coming back again. So there was a couple of leaves that grew in what I consider more of a stingray shape, but then the dolphin look started coming back again. And I'm not sure exactly why that is. I think it has something to do with exposure to sun, but I don't know, I might have to experiment with that a little bit and figure out why that might be. But interesting. All right, so tomorrow I will add some water to each one of these test tubes, and then about once a week I will be replacing that water. And within a few weeks, these little clippings should be growing their own roots, and I'll be able to plant them as well. But I will continue to take some video to share with you that progression over time. Hello friends, how's it going? Part 2 of propagating string of dolphins. So now what I'm going to do is just take some of my water and pour it into these little water propagating vessels. And I'm just going to fill them all the way up. Or just to where the bottom of the leaves are of the plant. This one's not even in. So just make sure they all have access to water. There we go. Like so. Yep, and then I will just keep them in water until I see some nice healthy roots growing, and I'll be changing the water about once per week just to give them some fresh water. And usually it'll take about 2 weeks before I start seeing some like real root growth happening, but I will film as that happens. Hey friends, it's me again. I'm back after about 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since I cut these string of dolphins from the mother plant and began water propagating them. So I just wanted to share with you where we're at. All right, so right over here, you can see one of the clippings has put out a pretty nice extensive root system, but the other one hasn't put out any roots yet. And it might not. We'll just see what happens. And it's a pretty long one right here. And this one, again, I have one strand that has put out a little bit of roots and the other has not. And it's interesting because in this case, it's the thinner strand, this thinner strand here, that's actually put out roots while the thicker one has not. So that's kind of interesting. Here, let's see what's going on. It looks as though both of them have started to put out some roots. One has a bit more root growth than the other, but they're both starting to put out roots here. Here as well, you can see a nice extensive root system growing off both of these clippings. And in the last one, a lot less root growth, but both are starting to put out some roots. So that's where we're at after 2 weeks of sitting in water with a good amount of sunshine. So for the next installment, I'll wait a few more weeks, let these develop really great root system, and then I'll plant them up. And so I'll do a video of that as well. But thanks for watching part 1 of the string of dolphins propagation. If you have any questions, you can comment below, or you can go to my website, infinitesucculent.com. infinitesucculent.com, and you can contact me there as well and ask any questions you might have. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.